you're talking about playing with toys that you guys first created back in the 80s, and to have those transcendent moments because you guys sat together and said, what if a guy said this and what if another guy said this, even before you put it on the page. That's the universe manifesting joy back at you for putting so much joy into it. Well done. What about you, Alex?
I guess for me, there's a couple, but the first week, the movie was really hard physically. And it's fun. That's a good thing. It's not all a negative thing, but it was, we're older and the script was even more physical than the first two for Keanu and myself, especially. So it was super physical. And I remember, maybe about halfway through week one, I think we were shooting, not to give stuff away, we're shooting one of the iterations of our former selves. And I just remember, the whole kind of family is there and all these people have known most of my life. And Keanu and I were kind of getting ourselves up to speed after all this rehearsing. I just remember we got into the characters, this sort of rocker characters that we play in this one sequence. And we just kind of like went off. And I remember coming off set and kind of looking at him and looking at me, it was like, Bill and Ted are fucking back, And it's like, you don't know. And it's like, and it's not to say we did a great job or anything. You know what I mean by this? It's just like internally, they're really fun to play. There's a sort of a kind of, you just have to sort of let them go and do their own thing, kind of wind them up and let them run. And then there's a real ensemble feeling to these movies, like me and him together, us and the daughters, the wives, us and death. And when that groove is happening, when it's like working, especially because the tone is so specific, when everyone's locked into that tone together. So that's sort of, for me, the moment that I felt that most emotionally was the one I think that Sam mentioned, was meeting with Billy and the girls at Death's house, where it was just all of those things came together. Riffing with Sadler again, having him in my face, riffing off of Reeves, but having all that baggage of our past that comes to bear on it, and our kids there. That was my favorite moment for that reason.
It was my favorite moment too.
Sorry, not sorry.
And I'm saying, you say,
yeah. I mean, I think with kind of I don't know. There's nothing like. I mean, I can't feel or laugh or do anything like the way that working on Bill and Ted does, and working with Alex. I can't. That doesn't exist anywhere else in the world for me. So like to partner up and to work on the craft side of it, and then to get to play these characters that Chris and Ed have created, kind of be their children. But there's no other place that I can laugh like this, and to the craft, and then to play these characters. There's a few scenes that stand out, and a lot of scenes actually, but it's like every day there's nothing, because Al gives such a wonderful performance, and it's so funny. And then playing these Bill and Ted, not only getting to play Bill and Ted, but older versions of Bill and Ted as they're getting more and more upset with us. But there's just getting to play off of Alex and the situation in the words. That doesn't exist anywhere else for me, and that kind of laughter and that kind of connection like that. It's fun.
And spoilers, like, how nice to not have to shoot anybody in a movie, right?
What are you talking about? It's really fun to do that. What do you mean?
I'm sure it is, but like, might be nice for one movie to be like, well, I'm going to use my words.